Hello, good morning from Seattle, Washington. Wow. Tuesday here, come and go very quickly, right? So hope you guys have a great, productive, and profitable week. But for the month of April, I'm hosting an event in New World, Saigon, Vietnam. And on the days, we have over 450 investor, broker, real estate broker, immigration agency, you name it, right? So fantastic program. I hope you can watch it from the YouTube channel. And also we hosted a great networking event at La Vella Hotel in District 3 in Saigon, Vietnam at the same day. So we exhaust, we're tired. We meet so many investors. A lot of you are very enthusiastic, wanted to support the real estate and EB5 program in United States. So I took a couple of days off. We went through a meeting at the Continental IHG Hotel Continental Saigon, that where we team up with U Global. We're hosting another event in Vietnam, in Asia. Then 700-800 of you, broker, investor, same thing, right? We got great meeting. So go into our Facebook, check out a lot of meeting, took a lot of photo, talking to you guys, right? And people that come all the way from Hải Phòng, all the way from Da Nang, and all the way from An Giang, and all the Providence coming to the meeting. Also, a lot of you guys coming from South Korea, Taiwan, a lot coming from America as well. So the program was fantastic, right? So and then I on April 6th, I team up with Association of Investing in America. That's when all the owner and developer and builder and also immigration lawyer agencies that get together at the Sofitel hotel, nice hotel in Saigon, right? So we have another great event, and we have 270 to 300 people showed up at the event. A lot of broker. I would say like 60% are broker, right? And so, but broker doesn't mean you broke. With us, you learn how to be richer, because your job is to help to make the American dream come true, bring a lot of great service for our customer, right? So we deserve to call richer, not broker. Just a joke, right? But then, after that, I went to Hanoi, Vietnam. That's where we have a great, fantastic contract signed with TPA interior design company that producing a lot of interior supply construction for the U.S. And we signed a contract to work together, open an office in Hanoi, and then open an office in Da Nang as well. So that coming up. So next time, if you coming from the U.S., you coming from Asia, South Korea, China, if you go into Vietnam, then make sure you stop by, visit our offices, right? In both Saigon, Hanoi, Da Nang, all the popular area marketplace in Vietnam. And you know that investor from Vietnam purchase real estate in the U.S. over $8 billion annual, right? But Vietnam is still the third largest immigrant investor to the United States, right? Of course, it's nothing compared to like China or India, where we have over $125 billion annual purchase. But that's still very significant, Asia market that investing direct into United States. So we wanted to continue our, broker and customer outreach in Asia. So that's the reason I went to Macau and have a great meeting there with builder. Took a few builders from Vietnam to go to Macau and take a look at the real estate there. We came from, we took the boat from Macau and to have an event at this Shangri-La Hotel in Hong Kong Center. Fantastic program, right? We have 350, 400 investor, a lot of Chinese broker and investor come all the way far from the south and the north to come and attend the event. So then I went to Taiwan, hosting another event there. 350 or so, investor brokers showed up. Then I went back to Hanoi, have another great event. So come back to Saigon, took on an EVA airway to come back to the United States. So I gone pretty much for the month of April, for the whole month. 26 days I travel in the month of April. So, last week in Las Vegas convention, I got a chance to spoke to, over 104 different real estate builder, development, investment funding company, from all over 50 states in the United States. So the issue that I went and talked to a lot of great company. They're growing, they're expanding in today's market. But talking to a lot of broker, right? Majority of the broker at whether it's a financing broker or real estate broker. And so what I can see in common is that, looking at this market where we are right now, and look at it, and it is really an opportunity to continue to serve clients, help them, help us to grow our business, right? Because today there's a lot of opportunity to providing a premier real estate service and get paid for what you do. It's probably one of the great jam, right? Because most of the industry of broker, that in Asia or in the US, 90% of the broker right now is inactive, it's paralyzed. And I've been in this industry from the day that we operated Prudential's and Windermere's, and having a market share of 32% in Seattle, Washington, and Western Washington for decades, right? And producing over $100 million in sales every single year for decades. Is that I have the symbol word that means, you in the real estate business, you have two choices, right? You either make excuse or you make money. You cannot do both. Right? I don't see a guy or a gal that making a skill like, oh my God, the interest rate like 7% plus, and nobody buy. Oh my God, right? It's no buyer, right? Oh my God, and all the skill that you're gonna give for yourself, therefore you become inactive. But I talked to 4 different brokers today, the top producer, and one of our top producer that I train and coach, for 12 plus years, right? His name is Ibrahim Wada, Ibrahim.com, I think. Always carry 50, 60 listing, right? But this month, in the month of May, he will do 30 deal close, 85% listing sold, right? And 15% is buyer control sale. That's a different subject of the training for different days, but very productive. He told me that, yes, this year we'll do about 200 transaction close. 200 transaction close. Average commission in the Puget Sound, King, Peace County, and Sonoma County, that 20,000, right? So take 200K times 20K, that somewhere, about $4 million, right? It's better income than most of you, right? So let's really look at it and say, take a look at how do you build EB5 sale and real estate sale in today's market, right? And how to gain the market share of whether it's commercial, residential, or listing, right? And how to make more, how to make more sale, how to help more people, right? And increase your income, right? So how to earn more money in today, EB5 and real estate market. We see 2022, I know that we in May, so that would be, half year already gone, right? 5 months, right? So you got pretty much like another 6 months to work. December, most of the market of real estate and sale is kind of inactive, frozen up for those, frozen up the production for the month of December, right? So I normally don't work on December anyway. So you got another half year to go, right? And the wonderful industry of EB5, USAsia, and the real estate, it's the cyclical, but I'm talking about real estate, right? Commercial real estate. And a lot of you are listening right now. That's why I'm talking to you, right? Whether it's commercial real estate, CBRE, JLL, Cushman and Wakefield, Windermere, Prudential, EXP, Keller Williams, you guys have a different name in the door, but we do all the same thing, right? Some people say, well, my company is producing for me because of the branding and all that, right? But that's baloney. The real estate agent is responsible for their income and production. The company have nothing to do with it, right? So, there is a period, where the market go down. It not that quite excited, but there is between the time where the market becomes somewhat, what it's been in real estate for the length of time. And all those, normal, it's run 5-6 years, the market go up. So in the 90, 2005, 2006, it's little longer than what we expected. So the market definitely changed. Things are hot out there, right? And we have the Federal Reserve that try to control the inflation down to 2%, right? So pretty brutal, right? But the interest rate is something that we don't control, right? It's so we control what we do, right? We control how much income that you earn, how many clients you serve, how many people that you talk to about your real estate and your business today, right? So couple of things that I wrote down here is that that I wanted to share with you that it's still like in this market they're listing. So I talked to Ibrahim Awada, one of my top partner and agent and student, or however you call it, right? It's 85% listing sold, right? So when the name of the game is listing, taking the listing. Listing is the name of the game, whether you in the industrial, retail broker, office building broker, residential. Again, you got to have inventory. So if you wanted to learn how to create more inventory, right? Then working with seller versus buyer, we are the one. So call our office, email us, contacted us, right? So, in the market that's changing right now, the key is taking more listing, right? As that, as many as you can, as quickly as possible in the changing market, not only a certain percent of listing will be sell, the portion and the company with the largest inventory automatically have the number in their favor, right? But make sure that you take the listing that sell. If you take the listing and you price it right, you get it sold, you get paid, your client get paid, right? And you're going to have a happy relationship. But if you take a listing, it's overpriced, it's not so, your client don't get paid, which is your seller, and you don't get paid, even though you spend a lot of time doing marketing, right? But instead of getting paid, commission, then you pay with your time, right? So taking a lot of sellable inventory, right? The second I wrote down here too is that, yes, starting to practice and learn the price reduction language, right? So that you can talk to your client and letting them know that the condition in the market, right? In most of the case, you haven't talked to the client for a while. We need to get them out, brush them, starting to put them into play. Seller have a great run in many cases, just getting back, what they lost as a result. They believe their asset is worth more than neighbor, right? I've been in real estate for 24 years. I never have a seller that listed the price that, less than the price that I suggested, right? So most of the seller is overpriced, but they don't know the market condition, data, statistic, right? Inventory, what sell, what not sell, right? What expire, what cancel, right? They don't know that. Who get all that data report, guy? You do, right? You are the broker. You're supposed to be the expert, right? So you get them down, talk to them about the condition. It very critical skill right now, the skill of making a presentation about the pricing and get your client your way, right? And that's all it is. I mean, everything will sell for the price, right? So, I mean, that is the skill that you need to train yourself, right? To doing that and looking at the client that you have right now and add seller, right? Asset owner. Look at the inventory, but look at the motivation to do the deal, right? The motivation to get the assets sold in today's market, right? If you have a low motivation client that they don't need to sell, then they're gonna price it really high. And if you have a high motivation client who wanted to sell in today's market, their price is gonna be reasonable because they will listen and look at the statistic report, right? Comparative market analysis that you presented, so looking at Gold Star report, looking at multiple listing inventory, price per square feet, price per units, and you really can compare it for yourself, right? So the one that listing price will get it sold, right? I wrote down here the looking at your plan of attack, right? In this market, look at your database, and if you look at what you have always done, and certainly it's time to improve your database, right? Improve the quality and eliminate the one that never respond to you, right? So who is it that the client that gonna be buying and selling right now, and add them into your database? I have what I call database A, B, C, D, right? Who would be your A customer that gonna send you referral, that gonna list with you, that gonna buy from you? Who do you consider B client, right? That you're gonna keep them in database and keep nurture and working with them until they buy. Who gonna be a C customer, right? I mean, how do you define in a C customer, right? And then who is the D customer, like D? D stand for delete from your database, right? So you really look at how quality of your database and your customer, and starting to look at yourself, starting to upgrade your marketing and your database at the same time. I do believe that we all have the standard of the client that we're working with, right? And so, if a company like Starbucks or McDonald's or Best Buy, all the company from the ICSC that striving in today's market, and I talked to about 104 different companies, great group of the real estate industry that's still producing. I can name a few. I talked to Hilton franchise that have 36 different franchise under them. They're growing, producing, they're selling, right? I spend time and talk to Hyatt hotel. Fantastic. Look at the list of growing, and I post about 200 or so image on the Facebook, and you can take a look, right? Those are companies that's growing, right, in today's market, despite the market condition. But they have one thing, they have the standard. So I challenge you as a producer that gonna be producing 24 transactions this year alone, right? And majority of your will be, again, depend on your business model, right? Listing sold versus buy control sell. So they're all good, right? But you got to look at it's time for you to really increase your customer standard, right? Or you not going to be, we are the industry free standard, right? We work with anybody, we put anybody in our vehicle driving around without putting the standard in play and asking them or qualify them to see if they qualify for financing before we even sold them the asset and to buy, right? So look in raising your standard, raising a higher standard, right? Qualify your client better, improve your database, right? And improve your marketing as well, right? So even being passive or being active. I have a joke. I'm always say like, if you in the that there are the real estate agent and there are the secret agent, right? Today, subject is working with broker on Tuesday, right? Like, are you a secret agent that you are not gonna tell people out there through email or Facebook or through advertising what you do? That means that you are the secret agent, like you work for like CIA or something that you don't want people to know. Or are you a real estate agent doing retail, doing industrial, or doing the residential, right? Then you need to let people know what you do. So improve your marketing, but at the same time, build yourself a schedule so that allow you to do business development, follow up, allow for you to generate an appointment meeting to go out there and see the client. Like me, I have to have a schedule every single day, coming to the office and work, right? So that's what I have for today on Tuesday, guy and gal. And I think that this will be the bad market for you. It's time for you to step up and do the job that you do, that everybody think that, you in the business active and wanted to be able to help people with their issue, right? So with that in mind, go out there and enjoy the real estate. This will be the most profitable and productive one for you. Have a great one. See you next time.